How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to what will be a rather short feature match, as you can probably already tell, but a pretty interesting feature match nonetheless. It is a Spyral mirror match. I think might be the first time in, if ever, and if we've done a Spyral mirror match in the before, it wasn't until way back when, in 2017 or something like that, but, either way, our Spyral player on the left winning the die roll by quite a bit. It's our other opponent rolling the Snake Eyes. Very unfortunate, but getting things started with Burial Goods and dumping that Mission Assault. Now, Spyral, one thing I do want to say about Spyral, it's obviously an extremely powerful deck, especially when combined with that Magician's Souls, now using Assault to summon the Quick Fix to grab the drones, but the deck still surprisingly, even with the Magician's Souls in the meta now, it is still a very, somewhat inconsistent deck at times. It does have quite a few bricks, and it looks like off the top, revealing Drones, Instant Fusion, and Super Agent, all pretty decent cards there, to be honest. I believe he ended up stacking the Instant Fusion, not wanting him to give him access to the Drones or the Super Agent. It looks like he probably will call Spell here to special summon one from the deck. Yep, there's the Instant Fusion. But yeah, as I was saying, the deck's still not as consistent as you would expect. I mean, because some of its most powerful cards are still at 1. And thankfully, for a good reason. I can't imagine if Drones was at 3, how unfair that actually would be. Drones, Quick Fix, and Resort all being at 1. So hopefully that's how it stays. And then we'll see Quick Fix get revived by discarding the Mission Rescue. Then being able to search the Funny Race Car. And then bringing back Drones. And we're going to see a possible Link 4 here for an Appaloosa that'll have 3 counters. So putting up 3 monster negates just like that. And then we're going to see the Master Plan resolve to search out Resort and that copy of Sleeper. Graveyard loaded as it stands. Now, we've seen some end boards of Spyral differ quite a bit. I've seen builds run the rank up engine, trying to get 2 master plans on board for the Odd Eyes play. I've seen the Tri-Gate lock. I've seen some people go for simple Nightmare Griffin plays with just the Sleeper, which sometimes is enough in of its own right. But the Tri-Gate lock, still very good, though. So he's going to play the Resort. And looks like also going to use Mission Rescue now to bring back Drones. And then we're going to see him use that Resort to grab a copy of the Super Agent. And then going to overlay into the Lyric Lucania card. I can't remember its exact name, but going to boost the Appaloosa by 600 and search a level 1 Winged Beast, so none other than DD Crow. Of course, Super Agent going to go through here. We already know what the top card of his deck. And perhaps a bit of advice, if you ever find yourself, and my friend told me this the other day, he's a bit more knowledgeable at Spyral than I am, but, using Quick Fix again here, I believe, I think using Quick Fix here. But if you ever find yourself in a position having to go first against Spyral, or going second rather, and you see the Drones come down, and it looks like they may be on their way to the full combo, it's better to scoop before that Drones resolves so they don't get that crucial information to see what it is you're playing. Now, that's not to say that they're always going to reveal crucial engine cards that will definitely give it away what you're playing, but, in some cases, it's just better off just to scoop, unless, of course, you've got a copy of, like, Dark Rule or No More in your hand. Then at that point, obviously, let them press on into their, untimely doom. But it looks like now we're seeing the board starting to be assembled. We have an IP Mask Arena and a Link Karibo, which is nice. If the Appaloosa does get baited down to a low enough attack where it risks being, removed in the battle phase, you do have the Link Karibo there to protect, so that is nice, of course. I believe changing search targets from the Big Red to that Last Resort there, which obviously you'll need for the summon of that Sleeper to make sure it cannot be destroyed by card effects itself to make that double pop more effective. So we have Link Karibo, we have Masquerena, we have a Appaloosa with 3 negates and an additional 600 attack thanks to the Lyrical Lucania card. And And he's just going to shuffle one in there in the end phase. Now, as a Spyral player, you're really hard-pressed for anything at this point. It's going to be a hard board to break if you do not open the absolute stones. And it looks like he is going to scoop there. And as we head into game 2, of course, a quick shout-out to Imperium Duelist. If you guys are looking for some high-quality tournament-ready sleeves, or amazing high-quality playmats, deck boxes, dice, calculator cases, things of that nature, check them out at the link in the description below. You can use that discount code WinnerKills10 off to save 10% off your entire order. And if you're buying anything off of TCG Player, don't forget to use my affiliate link down below as well. So, getting back to the game here, going to have the last resort, or the resort rather, and into the drones. So, pretty nice start there. Looks like he revealed 3 spells. One looks like to be Rhoda, Where Art Thou, and maybe a Burial Goods. So, 3 spells off the top, and I believe he just stacked the Rhoda there as well. Okay, so, not bad. I mean, giving him Where Art Thou could be kind of risky. If he does open up any level 1 targets, so, you know, that could allow him to search Quick Fix or drones very easily. He's going to go right into double Helix, and it's going to be met with Gamma. Not much you can do there. Even if you did have a preemptive Appaloosa for that, it'd still be in a very bad spot, strictly because the Appaloosa would just have its negates burned by the Gamma, because Gamma is not a once per turn, and Appaloosa does not destroy. And he'll set 2 back row, and end phase, it looks like he's just going to resolve Resort's effect to shuffle one back into the deck from the graveyard. So a Gamma bringing an untimely end to our other Spyral player's turn. Very, very unfortunate there. So end phase, obviously Gamma and Driver will be banished, drawing another Gamma for turn. But it looks like he does have Magician Souls in hands as well, so it's really good that he did not give him that Where Art Thou, because that would have been very, very bad, having Magician Souls and then a Where Art Thou to follow up. Could have been absolutely devastating, more so than things are right now. Discarding a Mission Rescue off the Souls to draw 1, but we'll have a Droll and Lockbird here. And it looks like a Phantasme in his hand as well, if I'm seeing that correctly. So a bit of an awkward hand right now. Droll and Lockbird certainly not helping. You have DD Crow, Gamma, and like I said, what looks to be a Phantasme, as well as Quick Fix. So you really only have one play here, and that is to go for Quick Fix. Because, I mean, you can't do anything else with the other guys anyways, so looks like we're going to link off now into Nightmare Phoenix. Discarding that Gamma to clear the resort, then just swinging in for 19. So that's really all that's going to happen there. Dropping him down to 61. Still 2 set back row. If it was Mission Rescue, they probably would have been activated at this point to attempt to get back some of those Spyral cards in the grave. We'll see Upstart Goblin now, making that trade-off of that 1,000 boost for a chance at hopefully seeing something to get him out of the situation that he's in. Seeing some sort of starter card or some way to play through this. So looks like his turn will end there, and in the end phase our Spyral player is going to try to use the Mission Rescue to bring back Quick Fix. He's going to target the Quick Fix and with the DD Crow rather, so that is out of there. There's pretty much no way he can get that back at this point. So he's just going to go right into the battle phase and swing for 19 again and pass it back to our other Spyral player, who's still hard-pressed at this point to find a way to play through this Nightmare Phoenix, which is slowly but surely beating him down. So the clock is short at this point for him, only having really a few turns to turn this game around before, you know, the Nightmare Phoenix battle phase shenanigans will be the unsightly end for this match. Which is really not what you like to see. It's just something, a very simplified game state like this. Something as simple as a Nightmare Phoenix beating you down in the battle phase. But if our other Spyral player here has any bit of extension, it could be pretty good. There's a Super Agent, but it misses. So you won't be able to get that on board as a special summon. So I believe he ends up just poking with Nightmare Phoenix. That'll drop him down to 23, and I think his turn will pretty much end right there. So this could potentially be the last turn for our other Spyral player, as he's got that Super Agent in hand, which he could easily bring down next turn with the Phoenix and just, you know, clean up the rest of the damage he needs to do. So it's pretty much now or never needing some sort of combo piece, whether it be something like Quick Fix or drones or Magician's Souls would be very good in this position. But he does have a Foolish Burial, which will get him somewhere. I believe he might have a Mission Rescue in his graveyard. I'm not entirely sure. If so, that could be very clutch to get something going. Literally anything at this point would be welcomed. Just so you don't lose to a Nightmare Phoenix in the battle phase, because that is worse than, you know, a lot of things in this game. So, looks like he's going to dump drones. So, drones could be a very good potential comeback card to have here. So, thankful for that Foolish Burial. And now we're going to see drones banish itself and another Spyral to potentially add back a Super Agent here. Which I was unaware that he had that effect, but we're going to see DD Crow, Call by the Grave, and then another DD Crow, and then another Call by the Grave. This man definitely earning his Super Agent there. Very cool play. Yeah, I mean, double Call by for double DD Crow. So those two set back rows that have been lingering there. Putting in some work here in the last, you know, moment. But Super Agent unfortunately revealing a last resort. Not what you want to see at this point. You know, you have options. Could you crash to potentially, you know, avoid more damage next turn, but then you leave your field completely wide open. You know he's getting access to a resort next turn, which is going to be pretty much backbreaking. So he's going to pass it over there and opt to not crash to keep that additional body on board to make it a little bit more difficult for him to try to push through and get enough damage that he needs. So he's just going to go ahead and use resort now. And I think he's just going to go for a super agent, or not a super agent rather, but a Spyral Tough. So he's going to normal Tough and call a spell. That will miss, but he's going to call a spell for the super agent and just crash in the battle phase and swing with Tough and the super agent, and that's going to be game. So yeah, very unfortunate there. Making the slightest possible chance at a comeback there with the double called by. But just a little too late in the game for that at that point to see that Foolish Burial. Could have potentially turned the game around, but again, just he was already top decking the last resort. Not much you can do there, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little feature match. If you did, be sure to drop a like. As always, check out Imperium Duelist and use my affiliate link to TCG Player down in the description below. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, Winner Kill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.